Hi tubes, got something pretty interesting here for you today, a little bit of an unexpected project. Got this 99 Honda CRV I just picked up. Supposedly it's got transmission issues. I took it for a little ride and it did slip a little bit going into third gear. Other than that, it seems perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do here with it is I'm going to drop the pan down off the transmission and see if I see anything that looks scary in it. And if not, I'm going to just change the transmission filter and fluid, because it wouldn't be the first time we've come across vehicles where that was the only problem. They make all kinds of noise, they won't shift, can't even go above 5 miles an hour, and that's all it ended up being. So I got the drain plug here, and so far, it looks fine. These drain plugs have a magnet on them, and it's supposed to catch any floating metallic debris, and looks fine to me. Compared to my dad's transmissions, what I've seen in the past, this looks like nothing. One thing I found out is unlike the American vehicles I'm used to dealing with, these don't have a pan that you can drop down, and they also don't really have a serviceable filter. I think there's an internal filter somewhere, but it's basically non-serviceable unless you pull the whole transmission apart. So our only option is basically to either flush it, which is kind of unadvisable from what I've read, or just change it, drive it, change it again, drive it some more, and maybe change it a third time, but might even be good after 2 times, and that's the way to do it. So here's the fluid I drained out of this thing, and you probably can't really pick up color hardly at all on the camera. Probably just looks black. But I will comment that it does kind of look a little more like used motor oil than used transmission fluid, and that it's more of a brown color than a red color, but that's what you get when you got a car with 180,000 miles on it. I went ahead and got myself 6 quarts of Honda genuine automatic transmission fluid. They call it DW1. And what my plan is here is just to drain out the fluid, put new fluid in, and then just drive it some, and hopefully flush out whatever's clogging it up and causing it to start to slip. And then hopefully if I see improvement in shift quality, I'll change it again, and hopefully we'll be good to go. But either way, that's the plan here. I got some other things I need to do today, so we might not get to that all today. But tomorrow's a new day, and whatever we don't do today, we'll get to tomorrow. Alright. Alright, it's day 2 of working on this thing. Kind of had an abrupt ending of the video there. My dad pulled up, and I had to answer a question for him. But anyway, it's day 2 here, and I brought my master mechanic over here.
Hey.
Yeah, Road King. And we just took this thing for a ride. What'd you think about it?
Oh, it runs nice.
Yeah. But anyway, it was actually shifting perfect. We probably drove it, I don't know, maybe 5 miles. Yeah. Which isn't really that far, but either way, it was shifting perfect the whole time. But then when we got back, we were just about back at the house, and I decided to rev it out a little more. I don't know what gear we were in, 3rd or 4th, but either way, it slipped going into whatever gear it was going into. So it's better, but still not perfect. You know, you get up there into the higher torque going through the transmission, and it's not holding it. So my dad did some research, and I think I mentioned earlier that there were no filters in this thing, but I was actually mistaken. There's actually a screen underneath of these 2 solenoids. You got these 2 solenoids here, and somewhere, I gotta find it, there's another one. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull those, pull them out, and supposedly there's a screen underneath of them that gets clogged up. So that might be a problem.
I'll see how well the brakes done. You almost got it off, huh?
Almost.
Let's see. Got this light here. Huh. And that's their filter.
One of them, 2 of them. These are just little screens because you got your solenoids down there. And so I'm not sure if fluid runs up through them or out through them, but in either case, you can see through them.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I mean, you see a little bit of dirt on this one, but the other one's
tiny little bit.
Not enough to make a difference.
So I don't think that's your problem.
No, keep going.
Okay.
Oh!
What is that?
I just ripped my pants on this piece of shit. Looks like he has another solenoid up here towards the front, and they took the little box apart. But to get to it, he's got to go underneath the car. What are you taking, a skid plate off or something?
Actually, I think I'm taking the wrong one off. I'm taking the bumper off.
Oh. Well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well take the fender off too, to make it a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta take a lot of stuff off on these foreign cars. I guess any car now, but it's crazy. All right, we'll show you when you get some of this stuff off out of the way. Don't ask me what's going on now. But I had to get the camera on this.
Oh man.
Ay, ay,
Trying to
ay.
get through the connector, buddy.
Oh man.
Oh. I can't see it.
Is that what's in the way?
That's what you're trying to get out.
What is that white thing?
Yeah, it's a big resonator for the intake. I thought it was the reservoir for the washer fluid.
I know. Look at
But
that.
all it is part of the intake. You know.
Oh man.
I don't know what. I'm not a.
We're not a Honda guy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of cars have these, but I'm not sure what the reason is. If it's just to quiet the intake down, or if it's for fuel economy, or I don't know.
It just knows in the way.
Yeah.
I think these two guys are going to check out the solenoid. They got the one solenoid out.
Yeah, we were hoping that we were going to find a filter in this thing, but there's no filter. So we figured, well, while we got it out, we checked the resistance. It was about 7 ohms. Spec is 5, so probably close enough. But let's give it a shot. You know, when this thing fires, it could push a little fluid out, so you might not want to be right in line with that thing.
There we go. I'll come back this way.
You ready?
Wait, you got a diaper on the way here. Let me just...
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Ready?
Go. Oh, I heard it.
Yeah, it works.
I don't see it doing nothing.
Yes, I can see fluid shooting out. It just shot into my camera lens.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay, it works.
All
Alright. Alright. Road King just left. We got done putting this thing all back together, and since we didn't find anything, we figured we'd just take it for another ride, and you know, maybe something was clogged up in there, and just let the new fluid flow around there and hopefully dislodge something. But unfortunately, it's not really seeming to have changed at all. Basically what happens is you'll start it up, and when it's cold, you take it easy and just try and let it warm up and shift real smooth, and it drives perfect. You wouldn't know there's anything wrong with it. But once it starts to heat up, it'll start to slip going into third gear, and you can't even get it into third gear. It'll be stuck in second. It'll go between first and second fine, but third gear and beyond is completely out of reach. So I think it's probably safe to say that this thing needs a transmission, whether it's some kind of maybe seal failure in there or whatever the problem may be. We just got to pull the transmission out of this thing, and I'm not surprised about it. It's got 180,000 miles on it, and just by the nature of their design, automatics usually aren't known for extreme longevity. So that's where we're at with this thing. That's going to be the end of this video. Next time you see this, we're going to be pulling the transmission out of it. But I figured we would let you know what we found, and hopefully this video is helpful to somebody. At least you guys know where the solenoids are at. You got those two up there, and then the other one that we were taking out down there on the front of the transmission. And those were the only two on this thing. If you guys got any questions, if you're watching this, you got transmission problems and something we talked about but didn't really show you well enough, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you on it. And stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching, tubes.